Hey, before you scroll past and settle for the same old experience, take a breath and think about this. You the kind of person who feels when something isn't quite right on screen, when motion feels a half beat behind, when colors lack depth, when dark scenes look gray instead of rich and true. You don't chase specs, you chase experience. And that's exactly why the Samsung S90F matters. Before we dive in, take a moment to check the current price and stock. Premium OLED like this don't stay at stable availability for long. Waiting usually turns into why didn't I act sooner? You didn't wake up one day randomly wanting a new TV. It crept up on you. A movie that didn't feel cinematic. A game that didn't feel as sharp. Fast action that didn't feel smooth. You tried convincing yourself it was fine, but deep down you knew your setup wasn't living up to how seriously you watch. That's the moment when you outgrow compromise. The first time you power this on, there's a calm that settles in a sense that finally everything feels intentional. Blacks actually look black. Bright highlights say bold without washing out. Colors breathe with depth. Motion feels fluid, responsive, and natural. You stop adjusting settings because the picture already feels right. That's not subjective, it's the relief of knowing your display finally matches your expectations. Watching sports feels alive in a way that keeps you leaning forward instead of squinting. Fast camera pans stay composed instead of blurring. Movies hit deeper because contrast behaves the way it was meant to. Even everyday viewing feels more immersive, like you re-seeing everything the creators intended you to see. Once you experience this level of fidelity, anything weaker feels like a compromise you just can't justify. Don't wait for weird price swings or random stock gaps. If this TV is already on your mind, delaying usually becomes regret later. You might think OLED is just about deep blacks. That's only part of it. What surprises most people is how natural and effortless the overall picture feels. Bright scenes don't glare, you get controlled brilliance. Dark scenes don't lose detail, you get texture and nuance. And the 144 Hz Motion Xcelerator doesn't just flash numbers, it means motion feels connected to your reactions, not trailing behind them. There's a quiet pride that comes with owning something built this thoughtfully. You sit down knowing your TV won't be the weak link. You stop browsing upgrades because you finally have a screen that keeps up with how seriously you watch. You just enjoy what's on screen and you feel it every time. Blacks that disappear into the scene, motion that feels fluid, and immediate colors that feel full, true, and rich contrast that brings depth to content. Confidence you feel every time you watch it. Once a good lighting setup once experienced, lesser screens feel wrong at some point. You stop comparing endlessly. You choose the screen you already kept thinking about in your head. Don't let this become one of those upgrades you look back on and wish you didn't delay. Check the price and availability now, and make the call while it still feels like the clear choice. If you're ready for your viewing experience to finally match how seriously you watch, this is it.